you're on your deathbed. What one wine would you taste before you die? And I was like, it was a very interesting question because it was in a social context. And I said, Château de Cam. Oh, wow. That is so good.
Today we're talking to a man of many firsts. He's the first person to do a stand-up comedy show about wine. He's the first person to bring back Roman hydration drinks. We're hoping today we're going to give him another first, which is to have a $1,000 bottle of wine, a Decem, with a $5 Gaytime. I'm Jason.
And I'm Trent. We're here on an unapologetically unprofessional, unfiltered wine journey. We're saying here, Jace.
Our saying is drink more, try more, learn more. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, we're talking about Merrick Watts. Merrick, thanks for joining us.
No, thank you. This is when you said $1,000, I went, is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Normally it's a $1,000 bottle of wine if it's the full 700 bottle, but couldn't afford that. So we got a half bottle instead.
I can't believe you got a half bottle too. I love that. Well done.
When we spoke to you on our first interview, you said this is the wine that you wanted to try. And you're not alone. A lot of people have said it's either the wine that they want to try or it's their favorite.
Yep.
Why is it that you want to try this one?
Because I haven't had it. I was actually asked last week by someone that said, you're on your deathbed. What one wine would you taste before you die? And I was like, it was a very interesting question because it was in a social context. And I said, Château de Cam. And they said, why? And I said, because I haven't had it.
Yeah.
And I know that when I have it, it will be a special occasion. So, hopefully this is not the last drink I have, by the way. I'm very much hoping not to die as soon as I leave here because sure, it will button off the story beautifully, but it's a punchline I'm not prepared to deliver yet.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that either as well.
Because it's unique, it's famous. I've known about it for many, many years and kind of been fascinated. I do really like sweet white wines because I love the balance of acidity that you get with Semillon. I love cane-cut Semillon. So cane-cut Semillon is a very, very nice white wine for me because it's got the acidity in there and the sweetness and balance. But then I read Style and Cellar, the book Style and Cellar. I've forgotten the author's name, but it's an Australian author. And it's a really good book. And it talks about Château de Cam and how it was stored in vast quantities in Stalin's cellar in Georgia. And I was like, I became really kind of interested in it. So this is a real moment for me because I haven't had it, but I can smell it and it's incredible.
Yeah, have a smell. I'll hold it up to the camera. So Château de Cam, and it's good. It's de Cam because I was thinking Ucam, but 2021.
I don't know. My wife said to me, she said, I'm thinking.
It's de Cam.
Yeah. She said, I think there's no Dean at Merrick. It's Château de Cam because she speaks French.
Oh.
I was like, oh God, I've been making it incorrect for a while, but I've never had it, but it is de Cam.
Yeah. And so.
Should we try it?
Try it. And I'm going to relay some fast 5 fun facts about Château de Cam while you're tasting it, and we'll talk that through. So de Cam, because I don't know this, it's a blend typically between Semillon and Sauvignon Blanc, so 80% Semillon, 20% Sauvignon Blanc. It's legendary because of the noble rot, and I've heard a lot about noble rot, but apparently that's a fungus that kind of penetrates the grape and then it lets the water and the moisture content get out. So it kind of dehydrates it and makes it concentrated and all the flavors and the sweetness comes through. Founded in 16th century in Bordeaux. It's on the highest hill of Sauternes. And it's the only chateau in Sauternes that's got ranked higher than first growth. So it's designated Premier Cru Superior.
Yeah, Superior.
Highest sweet wine in Bordeaux history. That's why there's a fair bit of hype. One more thing, it's got razor acidity. So it's great with food. So foie gras, brioche, Indian curry, potentially Golden Gaytime. We're going to try that out a bit later. That's the fast 5 fun facts on this. While I was trying to fill some time, what do you guys reckon? Is it up to the hype?
It's amazing.
I haven't tasted it yet because the smell is intoxicating. It's got really, really nice apricot. I get a lot of stone fruit in there, nice apricot. And there's like a kind of blossom, like an orange blossom on the nose as well. Blossom. Yeah? Yeah, that's it smells incredible. So to taste it?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see that golden syrupy color. It already looks delicious. Makes sense to go with the Golden Gaytime just based on color.
Oh, wow. That is so good. Wow. Yeah, I reckon that's pretty good for the hype. Was it 14% alcohol?
Yeah.
That is just.
Maybe this can go into volume 4.
Hand that out in the plastic cups for everyone.
Yeah. Volume 4 is all Châteaus. It's all Margot. Yeah, that is a stunning wine. That's the acidity's there, definitely. It's got that stone fruit, that lovely kind of apricot and dried apricot to it.
It's the intensity. The intensity really stands out. It's so powerful, but it's not. You still don't feel sick of it at the same time.
I like the contrast between the acidity, the brightness, with also that kind of weight in the wine. It brings it alive, and then the length on it.
Oh, it's just the flavour profile is insane. It's a honey, of course, but it's the balance of that acid, and the weight is like not as, you know, for somebody playing along at home, it's not as like weighted in the palate. No, it's heavy as like a port or you know, even a Tokay. It's quite weighty. This is a little bit lighter.
It's like silk, like silky.
Yeah,
just kind of like.
It's not too thick.
Yeah,
but it's not thin either. It kind of, strangely enough, it kind of, in the palate weight for me, tastes how it looks it would. You know, it's reflective of the weight in the glass. When you look at it, it's reflective in the palate weight.
So this is a 2021. I can imagine also with age as well, it'll get a bit more deeper, more complex as well. But it's really, really nice now.
Oh, it's delicious now.
Yeah,
it's a stunning wine. I think with age, you probably see, you know, a bit of a journey on it. Might get a bit nutty, a bit waxy. Who knows? But I mean, I've read somewhere once that you can literally put it away for 100 years. 100 years.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
You see those ones probably aren't $1,000. They're probably a bit more.
They're probably a bit more.
But there is a drink that's even better than this. It's called Posca Hydrate.
What a segue.
Oh, I wanted to bring out the bum bag. And you came in with this bum bag of Posca, and I was like, what is that?
Yeah. You thought there was going to be bags
something
inside
else
the
in
bags.
there.
It's not a bum bag. It's a little drinks bag. It's a little Posca drinks bag.
Now, as we're pulling this out, this is another thing that you've done for the year. You decided, you know, it's not enough doing what you're doing. You need to release a hydration drink based on Roman ancient recipes.
Yep. Well, it's strangely, Posca is incredibly closely linked to wine, and that's how I came across it. So when I was doing research for An Idiot's Guide to Wine, Volume 1 in 2021, I found in a really huge deep dive looking at ancient wines, I found this drink called Posca, an ancient Roman drink, you know, that was drunk by the soldiers and social elite and plebs alike. Emperors used to drink it, and it was all throughout the ancient world. I was like literally on every Roman street corner kind of thing. It was often used as a substitute for just plain drinking water because it was able to stabilise microbial elements in water. So when they're on the march, the Roman soldiers would blend Posca with the water sources they came across to purify them. In its most ancient form, Posca was just very simply water blended with red wine vinegar and salt, which every Roman soldier would carry. And then they might flavour it with things like herbs or honey or something like that. And they were able to, you know, march on a balanced drink, as it were. But it was very, very good. They didn't know what effect it had on it. It's been revealed. We've obviously had to do a lot of research on it and found out perhaps why it's so good as a hydration drink. But it's the combination of the acetyl acid in vinegar, and we've got mineral salts. So rather than just having sodium, we've got complex electrolytes in it as well. So magnesium, potassium, calcium, and sodium. I think at the time is that and maybe this is part of the journey for me being so fascinated by the philosophers and the Stoics, is that Pliny and Cato the Elder both cited Posca for its benefits, one for gut health and for digestion, which is no doubt the vinegar, and the other one was hydration, which would be the supplementation of salts. Because, you know, imagine you're a soldier and you're on the march and then you go into battle, you're going to be sweating all the time, and water is not replenishing in that way. Yeah. It's a great, obviously water is critical, but you do need salts as well.
I was thinking that, you know, all of that Roman hard work and energy coming out is kind of like when you go out on a big bender and you have too much to drink and you're sweating it all out. Yep. And I was curious if the reason you wanted to come up with this drink is because you were having too many hangovers. You wanted to speed up the process. Is that the driver?
No, but it's not the drive. But it turns out it's actually very, very good for it. It's incredibly good for it. And when I was doing some, more kind of research on it, it was actually Hadrian, Emperor Hadrian, who conquered England. He actually mandated that his troops could only drink wine every other day. They couldn't drink wine every day. They had to drink it on alternate days.
Yeah.
And in between, they would have been drinking Posca.
Yeah.
And they would have been rehydrating themselves. And also, too, going to somewhere like the UK where water sources would have been initially quite sketchy, they would have had to have been blending it, would have been a bit of a key unlock. But Emperor Hadrian used to drink Posca in solidarity with his troops because it was the soldiers' drink.
So what does Posca mean? Is that...
Posca is the name. That's what they used to call it in the ancient world. The Greeks had a version of it which is similar but different. They used to put a little bit of honey in it as well, but that was less salt. It was actually vinegar and water and honey, if I'm not mistaken. So the Greeks had a version as well. So it was right throughout the ancient world where they were kind of blending these things. But there's a lot of benefit to it.
So how did you come across this idea, though? Was it your fascination around history?
Fascinated by it. I just couldn't let it go. I was like,
were you thinking, what are those guys drinking?
Yeah. I was like, how is this drink? First of all, I was like, how have I never come across it? Because I'm a massive history nerd. And I was like, how is this the first time I've heard of it? Nobody I knew had heard of it. And I was like, I want to know more. So that kind of kicked off my curiosity. And then I was like, I want to try and make it myself. So I looked at how people have made remedy at home because I was in lockdowns. So I couldn't go anywhere. I was like, I want to try and make this at home. And the first kind of, 30 or 40 iterations were awful. So bad. I had all the blending wrong. I didn't know what I was doing. Everything tasted bad. Georgie's looking at me like, why are you doing this to yourself? And then eventually it kind of got to a point where I was able to get a really nice kind of consistency of the blend. But the big unlock was when I turned around and I saw the soda stream. I was like, I wonder what it's like if I make it carbonated, if I make it fizzy. Yeah. And as soon as I made it fizzy, it was just that moment. I was like, yes, that's it. This is good. Yeah. And I can make this. So then about a year ago, we launched to market and it's available right around the country and it's a completely unique drink. There's nothing like Posca Hydrate anywhere in the world. Yeah.
So you said this is hyperhydration.
It's a hypertonic drink, yeah.
Hypertonic drink, which is, what does that mean?
It's just basically hypertonic just means, so you've got an isotonic drink, which people will be familiar with.
Powerade.
Yeah, so exactly, yeah. So that's kind of, it replenishes in much the same way as you would, the same amounts as you would find in the bloodstream, right? But this is, a hypertonic has more than the value of the blood, so in greater quantity. So what we're looking at here is salts. So those mineral salts go into the bloodstream. And the nature of the way it enters the bloodstream and enters the body is you don't tend to have gastric dumping like you have with water. So with water, you drink water, it'll actually draw salts out and then you'll flush it out. So, you pass it quickly. Whereas with a hypertonic drink like this, it'll actually more sustained hydration. Oh. So you don't expel it as quickly, which is why at about 1:30 a.m. this morning when I woke up and I was feeling a little bit dry after after a few wines yesterday, I literally wake up, I have 2 cans of Posca, straight back to sleep and I'm done. It's good. Because it's not like, it's no sugar in it. There's no stimulants in it. There's magnesium in it. No, you go back to sleep. There's nothing in it. Yeah.
You were saying earlier that there's certain bars out there that are by the bucketloads because they know it's a hydration drink.
Yeah, they buy it because they know it's replenishing for hangovers. It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And I was at a bar a couple of weeks ago, there was these guys drinking it and they were mixing it with vodka, and this guy who I didn't know said, you should try one of these. And I was like, really? And he said, yeah, you should try this. It's like, and he's trying to explain to me, I go, I reckon I'm fairly across this drink. And he goes, are you? And I said, yeah, I invented it. And he just looked at me like I was lying. He just looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, no, I literally made that drink. And it was like, I said, what you're doing is, and he said, have it with vodka. You should try it with vodka. And I said, I reckon I might have tried that with vodka before. But that was the point. Is people mix it with alcohol. People have it as a substitute for alcohol. So people who no longer drink or don't choose to drink, and hangover cure. So it's anytime. It's also too a good preloader. I won't lie. I like to have
that makes sense.
Yeah. Get the electrolytes in before.
I tried it after going for a cycle, right? Yep. And I was wrecked after that. And genuinely I felt better. I don't exactly know why. You've explained it, but after I had the grape. Yep. And I was like, oh, I feel better. Yeah. Well, there's something about it. So.
Yeah, definitely. Because all it is it's just replacing those salts and those elements, and it's just rehydrating it. Yeah. And you're always going to feel better if you're hydrated. So as a hypertonic drink, gets the salts into you, gets it into your brain, you feel better. It's as simple as that. And alcohol strips those out. That's the other thing too. Yes. When you drink alcohol, you are just depleting those minerals.
Is it so if for you, and would you recommend others kind of stop doing the isotonic drinks, so the Powerades and so forth.
I would recommend that everybody stop drinking everything that's not Posca and just drink Posca. That's my
that was a bad
question.
Just drink it, guys.
I'd recommend drinking nothing but Posca and maybe Château d'Yquem. Maybe mix it up.
Château d'Yquem and Posca.
Yeah. Mix them together. See how it goes. I would never do that. That would be an absolute disgrace. Imagine mixing that.
I did want to show it on screen, but let's try some as well.
What's the best flavour?
I really like yuzu. I like all three of them, but we have three currently ranged at the moment. But yuzu I love because it's really fresh and bright lemon, and there's a bit of acidity with this. And I think that I love that sweet sour thing, which is why I love Château d'Yquem. I love that balance of sweetness, but acid is really important. And as you know, there's not a lot of drinks on the market that have balanced acid.
Yeah.
And when I was developing this, and I was working with a woman who now works with us at Posca called Hazel, who's got a fantastic palate. She's Westset 3 as well. And we literally looked at when we were trying to formulate Posca down in the flavour tones, we ran it through a systematic approach to tasting, like you would with Westset and wine. So the systematic approach to tasting was like, okay, how does it present on the nose first? You can smell it. It's bright. What does it smell like? What's it like in the mid palate? How's it the interaction on the palate? And then the finish. And the finish is clean and bright and acidic.
Yeah, and
fresh.
It's fresh, but it's also something I've never tasted anything like this before, and it kind of it harks back to like a couple of years ago. There was this trend going around that you should wake up and have some vinegar for a teaspoon of vinegar, and there was health benefits for it. And I never understood why. People said it was to lose weight. That's what I was on it. But
it's good for your stomach.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's very, very good for your stomach. I mean, vinegar is excellent for you. It's it's got antioxidants in it. It's polyphenols from the grapes. It's very, very good for you. And I'd argue that red wine vinegar is better for you than apple cider vinegar because it's got the polyphenols in it. It also contains resveratrol in it. So there's all this kind of like little nuances. Honestly, when I was kind of getting into making it, I had no idea. It wasn't until we sent stuff away to laboratories in America and also here in Australia, and we got certification and supporting evidence from doctors that were like, holy cow, this really is properly a unique drink. This is actually very, very good for you.
Yeah.
But the vinegar is, basically you've got kind of like a shot of vinegar in a can of Posca. And it's good for you. So you have it pre-meal, it's going to be good for you because it's got prebiotics. So it naturally contains prebiotics. So you're feeding your gut. So it's got the two kind of major components, I'd argue, are the prebiotics and the electrolytes, which you don't see blended.
Yeah.
That's uncommon for a drink.
To have that apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar on its own, it's
too harsh.
Way too hard to digest. And so putting this with the carbonated and the flavour as well and making it have a bit of volume, absolutely. So you're getting the benefits, but actually it's not something too concentrated that's going to be a pain to drink.
Well, I used to do that. I used to do shots of vinegar years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago. I went through a fad of about 3 or 4 months of having a shot of vinegar first thing in the morning, and it was just too much. I was just like going, I can't, and I love vinegar. It was killing me. I was going, nah. And that had nothing to do with me getting into Posca, but I prefer red wine vinegar anyway. And they just taste better. But yeah, it's a very, very beneficial thing to have, vinegar, and it's a growing trend, particularly in America. Vinegar in all forms is a growing trend in the American food market at the moment in a big way.
Yeah, and I love the linkage to wine. I just had the pineapple version. I preferred grape. As of a couple of days ago.
Yuzu's nice.
I think pineapple might be getting up there.
Here's the thing. There's always one that you prefer over there. God, that sounds good when it cracks, doesn't it? Oh, that was like movie quality. Look, for me, it depends. In the morning, I like yuzu. After I train, I love yuzu, particularly if I've been running, if it's a hot day. It's just so thirst quenching because it's the acid. And I love it because it's refreshing and bright, whereas it's not sticky, as you know.
Yeah.
I feel fresh generally after it. Let me show it on screen. Because
please do.
I thought, genuinely like the design because it looks a bit formal with this Posca writing and then it's got graffiti style on it. Makes it a bit more casual. Love that. Also love the videos you're putting on the website.
Yeah, we do a lot of we've got a great little in-house creative team. We kind of punch out lots of social media stuff, but it's a fun drink. It's just very different. So, I'm not going to tell people how to drink it. Just do what you want.
I think the reason why I like the drinks that you can just smash And this one just feels like you can just smash it.
That's a whole point. That's why it's in a 330 can as opposed to a 500 ml can.
Yeah.
And it's not, at the moment, it's that format is really good because it is. You just crush a can.
Yeah.
And it's like bang. And if you have a can after exercise, you'll feel better. You definitely will.
Another thing that we like to crush are gay times.
Presume you're talking about the ice creams.
We're talking about the Golden Gaytime.
No pressure, Jason. Do what you want.
Crush that all the time.
It's 2025, mate. You end it how you want to. No pressure. I will say this, that a Golden Gaytime is probably going to go better with Château d'Yquem than a Posca. Give them one very much sweet sour.
I'm hoping,
the Gaytime is going to be so sweet.
Yes. And I'm hoping most people have seen this. So, like, Golden Gaytime, surely, if you're in Australia, surely you've had it.
Yeah, nobody doesn't know that.
I hope so.
I had a proud father moment the other day. I gave it to my eldest son who hadn't had a Golden Gaytime before.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like this mind-blowing moment of Golden Gaytime. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I did want to...
That's great because I reckon that's such an iconic ice cream.
The only thing is, I was saying to Jason, I remember when I was growing up, they're only like $1.20 for Golden Gaytime. Now they're like $4 or $5 for a Gaytime. Crazy.
I think what you've come across there, Trent, is inflation. I've got some bad news for you. That's not going to stop.
Shit.
That continues. It's like I remember when I was thinking about this when I was at the service station the other day, and I was filling up my car. And I remember a time when petrol was like 60 cents a litre.
Oh, yes.
And I remember thinking it was really expensive at 60 cents a litre. Yeah. And now I'm like paying like, $1.30 or something. No, more than that. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
For premium, yeah.
Which
I only use premium.
Just throw that in there in case people were judging
96, in case people are judging me. I only use high-octane fuel.
Here's a bunch of old guys talking about it.
Yeah. That is such a 50-year-old white guy conversation. Let's talk about what type of petrol you put in your car. Let's not do that.
I remember going over the Harbour Bridge, you put 20 cents into the top.
Yeah. Used to throw it into the baskets. Yeah. That was amazing.
All right, so try this. Crack into the Gaytime and pair it with the Decem. Let me show this to the camera because for the memories, it's vanilla, toffee, chocolate, and like a biscuity crumb. It's awesome. It's awesome. Have you had a bite?
They're pretty good.
Oh, yum.
It's hard to figure out what's sweeter. That's pretty sweet.
Who said it was a pairing? Someone told you?
I think I prefer the Yquem by itself.
All right. Remember reading somewhere that Château d'Yquem is good with blue cheese.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I don't reckon I would have that with blue cheese. I reckon you're right. I think it's just one of those wines you just have at the end of the day. You've had all the food, you've had all the wine, you've had everything you want. You finish with a bit of Château d'Yquem and then you're finished. There's not a lot you can go to after that, is there?
No, I kind of feel like it muddles the flavour for me.
Actually, adds I forgot, and I know the different sweetness, but actually makes it a bit more bitter. There's this kind of slight little kind of bitterness that comes through on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. On the Decem, after you drink it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it kills off some of the you've got the body weight and you've got the sweetness, but you lose the apricot and the gentle fruit notes.
So does Gaytime and Decem work?
No.
Merrick?
It's a pass for me.
It's a pass.
Yeah,
all right.
On their own, fantastic.
Yep.
Mixed together.
And I did want to ask that. So I wanted to do a bit of this and that on ice blocks. I'm going to give you 2 ice blocks.
Yep.
You choose which one you go and we'll just keep on going forever in regards to it. Cornetto or drumstick?
Drumstick.
Drumstick or splice? Oh, it's a hard one. Jesus.
Drumstick.
Drumstick or Buffalo Bill?
Oh,
really?
Buffalo Bill.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
Gear shift there.
Buffalo Bill or Rainbow Paddle Pop?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill or Golden Gaytime?
Really?
Ooh. Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill?
Just. I reckon there would have been a time a few years ago where I would have argued that, but I've been eating a few Buffalo Bills lately.
We got to talk about this story. Okay, Buffalo Bill or Cyclone?
Buffalo Bill.
Buffalo Bill or Maxibon?
Definitely Buffalo Bill. Maxibon, worst. Overrated. My son loves them. All teenage boys love them. I've never understood that ice cream. No.
Monaco bar?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. But anyway,
No.
Buffalo Bill or Weiss Bar?
Oh, Mango Weiss?
Mango Weiss.
Mango Weiss, yeah.
Yeah,
Mango
okay.
Weiss that's wicked, that thing.
Mango Weiss or Magnum Almond?
No. Mango Weiss.
Yeah, okay. That's it. Shit, Mango Weiss wins.
I love it.
Why were you loving Buffalo Bill so much? What happened there? Isn't that like the nose? Like a bubblegum nose?
It's just, there's a whole story. When you come and see Volume 3 of A Idiot's Guide to Wine, all will be revealed.
Wow. Okay.
All will be revealed.
Reason.
There's a backstory to the Buffalo Bill, which is it's the reason why I'm back on them, as it were.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Another reason to see it. We're at the tail end, and we've probably covered such a diverse range of things. We tried the Decem, we tried it with the Gaytime.
That was exceptional.
For our audience right now, do you have any last things you want to share with them? Any key messages?
Yes. Try a new wine. Try a wine that you've seen or heard about before, but you've never tried. Go and try something new, and even to the point where try something that you've dismissed that you say, I don't like that wine. Come back and give it another try, with the exception of Sauvignon Blanc, which can just go away permanently.
Even the French style?
Even Sancerre.
Sancerre?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no. I would never seek it out, but no. But just generally, Sauvignon Blanc.
There's Sauvignon Blanc in this.
Nah. Yeah, there is. There's a little bit there.
Yeah.
But the Semillon's taken care of that.
Okay.
Semillon's the winner there. That's what that is. I did glance over the fact that I knew there was Sauvignon Blanc, and I was like, let's not bring that up. Let's not ruin it with that.
That's awesome. Trent,
No, just thank you again for your time.
Thanks for having me, and well done. Well done. What, 3 years now of the podcast?
Third year.
Consistency. It's better than content. Consistency is content.
Yeah, awesome. No, I appreciate you coming back on. And it was like we said at the start, you're a man of many firsts. You're the first guest to return on the show. So that's we should give you an award for that. You
should give me an award. Is it a melting Gaytime?
It is. No, I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it, boys.
It's been awesome having you on. For those out there, check out grapesofmirth.com.au. Idiot's Guide to Wine. Volume 3 is still running through to the new year from what we've seen.
Yep, touring next year as well.
Yeah. Try Posca Hydrates.
Yes.
And let us know which flavour you guys prefer. I think mine's still grape at this stage.
It's all right, you can change your mind. It's no pressure.
And anyone that's had Decem and Gaytime and thinks it works, let us know in the comments below. Merrick, thanks once again. That's us here at the Wine Up, as we like to say here. Drink more, try more, learn more. Thanks all.